A warm welcome to the DKF 2024 for the stream Market Data Products and Solution. I'm just quickly introducing myself. My name is Daniel Winkler. I'm working for MD Next, which stands for Market Data Next Generation. We have also a presentation this afternoon where we present how we bring in transparency to market data management, and we will present some solution from our partners in terms of invoicing, administration, data notification, etc. But now I want to hand over to Steve Pitt. He is Head of Global Account Sales, and Hann, Managing Director, Global Head of Sales. They are presenting Better Together, Unlocking Data Value Through Partnership and Trust. Ta-da. Go for it.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. I'm Steve Pitt. I look after the DACH region for Phoenix Market Data. I'm just going to press the magic button. I'll let Elliot do this bit. You can top and tail it.
All right, thank you. Thanks very much, Steve. So Steve's going to take you through the main presentation today, but I thought I'd just start by talking a little bit about who Phoenix Market Data are. So we've got a bit of a different theme from this year. So we won't be doing trade and order data this time. We're talking about a few different things, but as a summary, so we're the world's largest interdealer broker by market capital, BGC Group, and under the BGC Group we have a division called Phoenix Market Data. So our responsibility is to gather, normalize, and distribute the data from all of our interdealer broker brands, including, so some of them are here on the screen, so BGC, GFI, Sunrise, RP Martin, Ramate, etc. So we have all of those brands generating data, and brokers all over the world matching markets over the counter. We also have some fully electronic businesses that we like very much because it's very easy to capture the data from those under the Phoenix brands. And then we sit within the data and analytics division along with our sister business Case Software. So that's really who we are. We're very proud to have won for the last few years the Inside Market Data Award as Best Market Data Provider for Broker Data. So we're continuing to develop and to grow in those markets. So I think I'm going to hand over to Steve now, who's going to go through a few examples. And you've got your control in the button, and I'll come back later.
This is scary for you, me having control.
Thank you.
So I wanted to do something a bit different. So typically, a sales guy will stand up in front of you and start pitching products. There will be a little bit about that, but not massively. I just wanted to talk about sort of how I've seen the market change and what I think works really well when we work together. And basically that sort of talking about good practices and how we can work together. This first slide, anybody who knows me knows that I love to talk about the seesaw. It basically comes about. I always speak to my market data contacts in the globals, and we always have a laugh about what their reduction is and what my growth is. So basically, we normally have a sales growth target, be 10, 20%, whatever it is, and they're on cost reductions. And so we're sort of in this transactional world where everything's about, I have to make money, they have to reduce budget. So I kind of want to try and get rid of that transactional world and get back to where we kind of worked together, and it felt much more of a relationship. So that's kind of my speech. And as part of that, I think when we have trust, you gain more data from value. I could have done something very flash and got ChatGPT to do something, but I just went on the internet and found, what is value? So they picked different parts here, but what I wanted to sort of outline is when we bring value to a client, typically at the minute it's very transactional. So a client might ask me for Danish basis swaps. But if I just get a request for Danish basis swaps, I don't understand the requirement. And historically in the old days, we'd all have gone to the front office, the end user, worked out actually what the requirement is. Is it a new desk? Have you just traded a new product and you need to value that? So where it's worked really well, and I think what I'm trying to get to is when we have trust. If I have trust, if you trust me, honestly, I do try. He hates, poor Elliot, he doesn't like me because my world sells, so I have to manage a pipeline. And do I manage that, Elliot? No. I love the bit where we work together and identify a use case. So I had a big global bank. We had a proposal. There was a price on the table. No one's ever happy with the price on the table. It's because we got the seesaw, the reducing budget. So any new cost is different. So where it was lucky, I had the head of the rates business I was really close with, and so I presented what we were going to charge, and she was shocked as always. And then I said, so let me see what you're trying to do. What are you as a bank becoming? And amazingly, she gave me the trading book. So she said to me, look, this is what we are trading. This is what we're looking at. As part of that, then good salespeople should understand you as a client. We should read shareholder reports. We should get information. And as part of that, I identified that they were starting to trade new asset classes. And they'd bought a package, and they weren't using that instrument in that package. So it was a bit sort of mad. I was like, hang on, you want to grow in this area, but you bought this package or looking to buy this package, but you're just not taking the data. And that's where I really like to get to, where we can have trust again. And you allow me to sort of meet the front office, work with you to kind of identify what you are trying to achieve as a bank, where the growth is. So yeah, from my ideas of getting value is we can do training sessions. I'd love a training session. We come in and train you, and you train me, so I learn more about the bank. Then I can identify. Oh, okay, this is what you want to do. You're starting to move into Central Eastern Europe, or however it is, just to get more understanding of what you as a client are trying to do. All salespeople look after a vast swathe of companies. So we have knowledge of our area, we have a rough understanding of what the marketplace is doing, but it's much nicer that if we know an individual, you might be moving into shipping, you might starting to expand into Asia. If we understand that, we can build some of the data in our world to help with that. So yeah, my idea is just what do you need with value? I have my ideas, but if we can start collaborating, it would be much more enjoyable, I think, for both parties. And this is just some of the examples, and as I say, this is the little bit salesy, but it's not meant to be salesy, of where it's worked. So these are clients who scarily trust me, and so I had one client, big major bank, came to me and said, "Oh, Steve, we're struggling with repo. We're really struggling to price it. It's meaning it's very difficult to keep it on our balance sheet. Can you help?" So we're like, well, we know we've got a really good repo desk, but repo data is very difficult to get. It's quite a niche product. It's hard to identify sometimes because it can be ISIN based. So myself and actually Elliot, a big thank you to Elliot, we took that requirement and we went to the repo desk. We went, right, okay, we can see data, but we're not repo boys. What do we know? So we went to the desk and actually collaborated with the desk to then build out a repo end of day file. The end client, because we'll always start with an example where what we think is right. Then we went to the client who required it, and we worked with them and the desk to build out this end of day repo report. And what's good and what I love about Phoenix Market Data is we're allowed to play. Like if I've been at other companies, to build this, you have to outline what money you're going to make. There's this big process. In Phoenix, if I come to Elliot stupidly trusts me, right, to actually go, yeah, Steve, if you're asking for something, I know you've done due diligence. I know you're not just doing it for the sake of it. You think that there's a requirement, and then we get resource to be able to do these things. So that's what I'm trying to get from the trust is, if you have a problem, just come to us. We're not. I have to make money, right? That's the seesaw. But I will take on board what you say and not come to you, oh, I want to do this and we'll try. I just want to help. And so, if you've got a problem, people probably don't think of an interleader broker, but we do quite a lot of things. So, if you've got something you're struggling with, and even if it's not my world, I probably know somebody who can do it. So, I might point you to another company. But, if you trust us, then it's just much more collaborative. So that was example number one. Example number two, this was a bit of a strange one. I knew my client the new stories come out, we do try, as I say, to learn and understand you as clients. So we'll set up news alerts and things like this. So I knew my client was under a consent order. They're about the worst thing you can ever have. It's like horrific for my client. So I just went in there again, not from the sales angle. It's like, right, can I help? What are you struggling with? What do you need? And with an interdealer broker, our markets are opaque. They're difficult. So for them, they were really struggling in this area. The data's not normalized. So they could collect it. They were trying to get it off the DTCC. But yeah, they were just lost, and they were like, right, this is an area, it's been identified. We're really struggling. So again, we call it buzzwords, but we actually have a solutions division that we go to, so that when I want to play, I go to that solutions division and I go, right, okay, I've spec'd this out. This is what I want to kind of do. Can you get me the data? Can you do something for me? So we looked at it. We went into the electronification, which is what we talked about last time. If you managed to stay awake, basically the interdealer broker world's become much more electronified, which means it's much easier to get trade and order data rather than the old world of indicative. So from that data, we knew that we could help with the consent order. But we worked with the end client to make sure that our taxonomy was the same as their taxonomy, because there's nothing worse than delivering data and you're like, well, hang on, that says apple and I've got orange. And yeah, that's the collaborative approach. We worked together. We helped tailor the solution to meet their thing. And they're coming off the consent order. We're still doing work. And what was really nice about that was, because we'd built that trust and we'd worked together, they then went, do you know what? I've got another division who's having a problem, their IPV division, and they were like, I think this can help them. So then we actually put the data into a centralized data lake for them, and then worked with the IPV division to take that data to then reduce capital, which helped pay for some of the consent order. So, I'm here to make money, Elliot will tell you, but actually we would, by doing all this work, we found ways to actually help pay for the projects. And that trust was, they then trusted me to introduce me to other divisions of the bank. And as you'll see, my thing is trust. These ones are fairly simple. We get them fairly regularly because you're driven on cost reduction. So because of that cost reduction, you'll have an incumbent, whatever it was, an exchange, another interdealer broker. You might be buying some data from another vendor that's OTC data. But because that's the world of market data, is unfortunately the risk reduction, the cost reduction. So replacing an incumbent, it looks very simple, straightforward. The first thing that you get is, I've got a cost of $10,000. Steve, can you help me reduce that cost? I need to reduce my budgets. It's fairly straightforward. A lot of the time it will be apples for apples, fairly straightforward. If you're moving one interdealer broker to another interdealer broker, or moving one vendor to another vendor to another, that's you taking OTC data, it's kind of straightforward. But there are keys to the success, and I'm going to use my pointer now. Look at me go. This was the biggest thing for us. Sorry, Elliot, I'm always picking on you, but like for Elliot, it's not kind of what he wants to hear. Hey, Elliot, I'm going to give a client data for free. But without that access to run alongside your incumbent, you can't succeed. You're trying, you just. It's a really simple thing. I'll build you an Excel spreadsheet that just does a comparison. I can do all that really straightforward. But without my data and your incumbents running alongside in that spreadsheet or whatever we build, you can't see whether there's going to be a risk of move. That's kind of a key to it, is that there needs to be a period of access to my data for free. But honestly, sorry, I got crazy. This was the other one, time. It can't be rushed. You need to plan it. If you can build a project around it, that works much better for both parties. So then we got stakeholders. We meet the end users. But that's the real thing to if you're doing it, and it doesn't have to be moving from I'm talking about my world because that it is. But I think anything you're doing when you're on that cost reduction, you have to build a project around it and you have to give it time. Without that time, it will always fail. So how am I doing for time? Oh, not too bad. Normally wobbling on. So the next slide is Elliot, who's going to tell you about what we've done. But before I let him loose, has anybody got any questions, any ideas around how we sort of build this? As I say, I think one of the keys for me is meeting end users, understanding the requirement. But yeah, ideas, because it'd be great if we can get better again. I'll point at you with lasers if not. But yeah, honestly, any ideas, anything you've got, come to see us afterwards. And my ideas are around, like, I might be wrong here, but I really like the access deal that they do within Thomson Reuters, the ability to use data without restrictions. Whether we do something similar is one of the ideas that I was thinking. Is I think the cost of ownership is difficult now. There's too much burden on you in monitoring. The other thing I used to do, and it's harder now, people don't really like it, but soft audits. I will come in and review data. If I find usage that's mine, 3 months, turn it off. Like, it's most things that are found in an audit, they're either deliberate, where you've done it deliberately, but that's very rare now. Most of the time, it's just an accident. Somebody turned something on, some app owner did something, there was a controls and processes that wasn't in place. So, yeah, when applications first came out, I was lost. I'm used to dealing with end people. It was nice. Applications came in, I was kind of lost. So, and I think the market data was as well. So I'd just do a soft audit. I'd come in and I'd review the applications and say, right, okay, this is the data you're using from, it was Tullett Prebon at the time. This is Tullett Prebon data. This is ICAP data. And I'd just do a review of all broker data and then say, like, from my side, I can't comment on the others, but this is what you're using. 3 months. Just turn it, see if there's a value there. If there's not a value, you can turn it off. We won't charge. So whether that's sort of, again, something, I think people worry audits are scary, giving access to data. But when we've got that trust, if you're getting value from it, then it's kind of, I'm worried about cancels and all that. Well, it's just, it just doesn't feel like it's balanced. So yeah, just trying to get back to trust. And I'll now shut up because I womble on a lot. And then I'll let Elliot loose on the wonderful world of FMX.
Thank you very much, Steve. So I don't know how to drive that, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So just wanted to get this. So this is another good area, I think, where we're working to deliver value, to deliver cost savings, and to deliver choice to the market. So so we have a division called FMX, Phoenix Markets Exchange. And this is a very wordy slide, but to break it down, we're building a futures exchange in interest rate futures. We're doing that with 10 partner clients, so banks and high frequency trading shops. And I have a list here, so I'll read them out so I don't forget anybody. And we're bringing competition to the market by allowing choice to allow people to trade these cleared products away from CME. So this is us really going after the CME's monopoly in this space. We're clearing with LCH, so we've partnered with LCH for clearing. We have CFTC approval. We've announced our strategic partners. So as I mentioned, we have 10 strategic partners who've put capital in and have joined with us to collectively go after the CME because monopolies aren't really good for the industry at all. Nobody likes them, and we found 10 clients that definitely don't like them, and they've put their money where their mouth is with respect to that. So there's a couple of quotes here, but just I think the key points here are the fact that we are offering choice. We will be the exclusive distributor for FMX, so Phoenix Market Data will handle the distribution. For Steve and I, that's quite exciting because it's a regulated exchange market, so we're OTC people, so we're learning some new things as well about regulated markets and published rate cards and things like that. So it's an exciting time, but the key date really is September. So we're working towards that September date. So September will be launch, but ahead of September, we will be working on setting up access, distributing through our partners. So There will be many distribution partners. A bunch of them are here today. So yeah, LSEG, Bloomberg being two of the major ones that we will work with. But there will be literally hundreds of distribution channels that we'll be building over the years and the coming months. And really the whole idea of this is to allow choice and execution, choice in terms of market data as well. And, we're quite excited. This is probably for us our biggest innovation, and we're hoping it's going to lead to lower costs for all market participants. To quote Jeff Weber from Citi. So we're really excited about bringing this. The partners that have invested: Bank of America, Barclays, Citadel Securities, Citi, Goldman, JP Morgan, Jump Trading, Morgan Stanley, Tower Research, and Wells Fargo. So it's a really nice array of banks and PTFs, high-frequency trading shops, and they represent a major part of the interest rate futures market in terms of liquidity provision and execution. So we're working together with them. We're hoping that by launching in this way and launching as a conglomerate, we'll take significant share from the get-go in September. We're starting at zero, so it's going to be a long battle with CME, but we're excited about the opportunity that brings. And hopefully, in terms of market data, we'll offer choice and hopefully lower costs as well. Okay, so that's the FMX piece. I think I'll press the right button.
Yay!
Here we go. So back to Steve with his picture that he can explain.
This is my youngest taking his jump off a tower. Basically, it kind of says what it is. Trust is key. I don't like the sales bit. The sales, the end bit. Once it's happened, I like the middle bit where we work together. We identify the usage. Trust us. Take a leap of faith. Trust us. Tell us your problems. Tell us what you want to do. Give us information. That will not be used against you in my case. I will never use information that's given to me against you. I will use it to benefit you. I promise. Little Ollie doing his mad jump. Honestly, I'm very, it's all me shouting at you, telling you my ideas, but we're very open at Fenix Market Data. We build new products, we build new services. So we were the first guys to bring electronic data, what we call insights, where we bring indicative data alongside trade and order data. We're doing massive amounts of work in trade surveillance. We're working with our clients to kind of solve their problems, but unless you tell me your problems, I can't solve them. So please tell me more. Help me price lists. Ideas around how pricing. We're all in this world of different ways of pricing. I kind of like front, middle, and back, but single multi kind of gets a bit lost when a global's the same as two German banks across Frankfurt and Munich. So sometimes that feels a bit out of kilter. Honestly, any ideas, anything you want, please come to us. Have a nice coffee on us. I drink tea, so that's no good for me. Whatever you do, please give us your ideas, and we'll do our best to help you. Do you want to moderate? Do you want to see if there's any? I doubt there'll be any questions. Sleep, but you look good with the mic, Daniel.
Yes, I do.
You do. It's powerful.
Thank you for that. We still have 4 minutes for Q&A. At least someone a question.
Is this Steve Pitt?
How is your brother doing?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I have one for you. So it's not really what you're saying is not the relationship between a vendor and client. It's more partnership.
Yes.
So all of them, they come to you with any problem, and you will help them.
Yeah, I'll do my best. Honestly. Yeah.
For everything.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah. You've got a boil in a funny place. No. So generally, I enjoy the new. Without being disrespectful to my last company, I was 10 years at Tulloch Prebo and I loved it. The data was really good. There's nothing wrong there. It just got boring. They didn't want to move. So I'd be coming to clients and I'd go, how's the data? They'd go, oh, it's all good. I'd go, oh, okay, bye then. Because I wanted to build liquidity metrics. I wanted to do more things. Here I can play. I genuinely can play at Fenix Market Data. Elliot's very, very supportive. We've got a really good team. We take people that we think will help us grow and get us better. It might be the strangest request that you wouldn't think a broker can help with. But yeah, just throw it at us. And as I say, if I can't, I probably know somebody who might. And sometimes I think that friend intro helps. So yeah, if you're looking for help with something that's not a broker data, I might know somebody in another company and I can kind of be a go-between. But yeah, just whatever you're struggling with, honestly. I will do my best, Daniel, as you know.
Excellent.
And if the worst comes to worst, we can go to the pub.
Okay, thank you so much for spending your time with us with this presentation.
Staying awake.
And okay, and thank you very much, Elliot and Steve.
Thank you, Daniel.